Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is coMly here, and today I'm happy to bring you, I don't know, should we call this a coMly Presents, or should we just call this a Gamecast? I don't know. It's going to be something I'll decide in the YouTube title when I get to that. But today we're going to be taking a look at an infamous. So I just got done doing a podcast, and so my brain is broken, just so you guys know going into this. But today we're going to take a look at a game from the NASL between Complexity and MSI. Now this is game 3 in the series, so it's 1-1 at the moment. And the reason this game is a little bit more well known is because, one, I can tell you right off the bat, there's a silhouette bug where she doesn't get proper gold from creeps, and she also doesn't get gold from some of the hero kills. Especially there's one early that happens. I don't know if that's the only one, but we'll have to take a look and try to figure it out. And so they wanted the game to be replayed specifically because the bug they felt was so affecting to the game that it wasn't a fair game. And they decided to actually not remake the match, to let the results go through. And so I just kind of want to take a look at the game because, we didn't have access to the replay when that story originally broke. And so I couldn't really form an opinion. Um, uh, bu- 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 um, what the fuck am I trying to say here? I couldn't form an opinion because I hadn't watched it yet, right? I had no idea if it really was affecting the game enough, or if they could have won anyway. I don't really know. So all we're gonna do today is we're gonna take a look at the game, and I want to see how well that bug actually affects it, as well as just kind of looking at the game in general. So over for Complexity Gaming, we do have Toronto on Ra. That's another thing I'm going to be really interested to see. His specific playstyle and how he plays Ra. Ra, a hero that I've been playing quite a bit lately. We do have Pain and Cold over on the Silhouette. We have Sabuska on the Accursed. We have Ja on Tundra, one of the better Tundra players in my opinion. I think that Ja does a really good job playing the hero. And then we do have Zaku on Demented Shaman. So they have a really good lineup. Right now it looks like they're doing a 2-2-1 strategy. Right, so we have the Tundra soloing top. I'll turn off the fog of war instead of the camera. With the Tundra soloing top, a Disham Ra in mid, which seems like a very good lane. I really like that. And then we have the Silhouette Cursed Bot, which seemed kind of like a more defensive of the lanes. They really kind of wanted to try to get the farm on Silhouette and then kind of go forward from there. The Curse is just there to make sure that she never dies. And, he can be a little bit aggressive if he wants to use his nukes like that, but you have to be a little bit careful when you're playing something like a Curse. Horrible. I'm doing the entire Easy MSI series at some point. I'm not sure if I'll do it tonight or tomorrow. Also, just so you guys know, if you're watching this on YouTube, I am doing these live. Basically, from now on, I can either start recording them in Fraps as well, or just doing it right through Twitch TV. But the upload quality is great once it's on YouTube. And so yeah, if I'm talking to people, it's because I'm actually reading chat while I cast. But for the other team, for MSI, we're looking at Fly playing the Hellbringer. We're looking at Nova on Rhapsody, which fits Nova quite well. I'm really excited to see how he plays that Rhapsody as well. Trixie on Electrician. Here that we see Trixie on once in a while, not too often, but sometimes. No Tail on Master of Arms. Ooh, that's really interesting. Somebody told me that he actually plays a really, really good Master of Arms, but I haven't had the chance to see it yet. I haven't been watching the NSL games. I haven't really been watching too many games in general lately, like competitive level games. I'm doing a lot of, looking at replays of other people and people asking me for help and advice and things like that. But I haven't been looking too much at competitive games, so that's going to be an interesting thing to see as well. He is right off the bat. He's skilling more into his gun and his Fork Lightning and not getting his stun at all. So he's getting a little bit more base damage, so it's kind of similar to what you would do on an Arachno, right, where you want to get that base damage up so you can last it a little bit easier. And it gives him a tiny bit more range, once his levels start adding up. I'll be interested to see when he picks up the stun, though, because, stuns are pretty good. Stuns are pretty good. And then we do also have Fresh Pro on Balfagor, another interesting hero. This is a really interesting game. I like this. A lot of the... oh, well, we're going to have to go back and watch that. Obviously. Yeah, I'm just going to rewind by making it go so slowly that time itself actually rewinds. No, don't slow it down more. So when did that happen? Oh. So Ra actually getting a kill. That's not too surprising. Ra is a pretty good Bloodlust hero. He's not the greatest at like early mid-game kills because he's doing so much damage to himself, but really early, transitioning into that phase and transitioning out of that phase once he has a lot of regen, Ra's really, really good at getting kills. There's this phase when you're playing Ra where I really try to be a pacifist. You know, I really try to not do anything that's going to get me killed. And we'll talk about that another time. I want to really make a video focusing on Ra and how to play Ra really well. So we'll leave it at that for now. I don't know how much I wrote on this, but apparently I wrote on it enough that we have to wait a little bit to see the blows kill. He did go for 2 in Ignite and 1 into Ashes to Ashes. Now that's not by any means a build that I typically do on Ra. That's a little bit interesting. I wonder what his kind of his logic is there. I guess he just wants one really strong nuke because again he does pay with his HP for nukes, and so you want to use as little as possible. Yeah, he does quite a bit of damage, and that procs the Ignite to do a lot more AoE damage. It's not too bad. I kind of like that. I don't know if that's something I would always do. You know, sometimes I feel like if I'm getting really, really heavily harassed, I like to use Path of Destruction to last it a little bit, kind of get a stun on them and hit the creeps as well, because you'd be surprised at what level of player will get hit by those stuns. Pretty fucking consistently, if we're being 100% honest. Once you kind of nail down the positioning on it, things like that. Now, Ra, a good hero to put mid because he can jump over to this yellow camp and kill that pretty consistently. He can even do things like stack this and kill that pretty easily as well. You know, he's a really good hero for things like that. Now, we haven't been paying too much attention to Silhouette right here. We do see her being hooked by Electrician, but, you know, the shield from a curse is pretty good. Pretty good. I think this might actually be the kill right here. You can see she's able to put out a ton of damage early, and her curse is really just keeping her alive. No. No, he... Oh, no, he did. He did. So Zaku died somewhere. Yeah, okay, so Nomad... Master of Arms got a kill on Zaku mid, and that was what was confusing me, because I saw an actual kill happen right here. But if you look right here, Fly has died. So yeah, Hellbringer very clearly... I mean, you can tell 100% that this is Silhouette getting the kill, right? I'm sorry, we're just going to watch this one more time. Again, because this is kind of what I'm interested in this game, is just, you know, how much of an effect does this have? So right now we're looking at Silhouette is sitting at about 196 GPM. You know, we're about 4 minutes into the game. 11 and 1 creep kills. Now, I don't know if we've actually seen kills already that have affected that, if that should already be higher. But definitely, I mean, such an early hero kill is just so devastating. That's like, there's no fucking way. Somebody had said in I don't know if you guys have read it, but there was like this 40-page manuscript about this whole incident written by coL, and like there was clearly no archer or anything that got that kill. So I'm surprised it even took them so long to realize that clearly this was a bug and not intended. Not because even if the creep had gotten it, still that would not have happened. Oh, they do also manage to get another kill here on No Tail and mid. That's really good. They're going to do a good job of keeping him down. You know, again, but like I don't even understand. I don't know Master of Arms well enough to really talk about it too much, right? Like, does he really depend on super early momentum? Is he able to maybe transition to some kind of ganking strategy? How well does he farm going into the mid game? These are a lot of questions that I don't actually know the answer to. I think the only time I ever play Master of Arms is like Mid Wars, which is really fun. Don't get me wrong, but has no bearance at all on what we're talking about right now. So he's able to put out quite a bit of damage with that combo. But yeah, we did see he went for the stun. Now he has a 1-3-2 build. Well, 1-3-1 technically. Just died. You just died, says coL, who's very upset at not getting any gold for his kill. I want to try to see one of these creep kills that don't count. So we're gonna look at Silhouette for a little bit here. And we're going to try to see if we can get one of these creep kills that don't count. I mean, I know they exist, so maybe I don't need to waste my time. But I wonder, because I don't know if somebody's gone through and said how many creep kills it actually is, but you can already tell that they're farming pretty well, right? They're not skyrocketed. They're 176 GPM, but for a side lane, that's not too bad. And a curse also missed out on the assist gold. And for a support that's, rocking 50 GPM, a big boost to support gold is actually really significant in the early game. You can't deny that it is. Let's check out how the top lane's been doing. Tundra's sitting at level 4. It's not too bad. It's kind of the suicide lane. You kind of just want to focus on getting levels there. So he's got a 7 and 1 creep kill count. Not too bad. Again, he can use his icy throws of death to get a few last hits here and there. He's got his little pet. It's kind of a safe way of last hitting. But you can see that Rhapsody and Belphegor are doing such a good job of putting the pressure on. You know, they don't want him to relax and sit back and be comfortable. And so they've kind of decided to go ahead and push the tower. Right? Rhapsody's heal's so good for pushing it. I don't know what patch these are played on as well. Is it for... If I do game info... 3.1.10. Let's take a look, because I don't even know what that means to me. 3.1 point. 3.1 point. I want to know if Rhapsody's heal has already been nerfed on creeps or not. 3.1. 3.1, 3.1. This has to be 3.1, right? No. Just kidding. Fuck. Alright, so clearly, whatever change it is I'm looking for happened before this, right? What are we looking for? Rhapsody. Nope, no Rhapsody. Fuck, I don't care. Anyway, I highly suspect that it's already been nerfed. Does it say on the tooltip? That would be nice. No, it looks like... I don't know. I don't care. You guys care? I don't really care. But what they were doing, essentially, which would still work today, is putting a lot of pressure on that top tower. Really forcing him to be in an uncomfortable position on that Tundra. You know, really forcing him to just say, okay, well, I'm just going to kind of sit back and get levels. But he's done that successfully. You know, he's level 6 on Tundra, which is really what you're looking for. He has that disable. He's going to be able to... You see this little guy right here? Here, we'll use our little... Oh, we can't. Well, that's alright. We'll make a little arrow, okay? We're pointing an arrow at this right here, this fucking TP stone, because that is so important to have. Because he's going to be able to counter gank so effectively on Tundra. Tundra, one of the more effective, because one, he has a huge burst AoE damage. He has a really nice disable that also, you know, affects the people around the target. It's just good stuff. Oh, we do see the Master of Arms Shield doing a really nice job of keeping this Belphegor alive. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to, do too much, but he does get out alive, which probably would not have happened without that ultimate. I think a lot of people really underestimate the Master of Arms ultimate. It saves people all the fucking time. It's so frustrating to play against. I think a lot of the reason to pick him is specifically for that ultimate, actually. Which sounds a little bit weird, but I don't know if he's a spectacular carry compared to some other ones. But when you have an ultimate like that that's so versatile, is map-wide. Anything that's map-wide on a carry tends to be really strong. That's why Sandwraith is so great, despite, I don't know, he's like kind of lackluster, right, in general. But he can go fucking map wide with his ultimate and makes him so powerful in later games, in later fights, because he can be off farming and then hop on back over. So we do see Amun-Ra going for the Hammerlock Legion kind of boots. And then I expect him to probably go for a Shaman's Headdress. You know, they do have quite a bit of magic damage here on the Hellborn team. And it's just such a good item on Ra. Just because once you have that Hammerlock Legion Shaman's Headdress combination, you can really use your spells really fucking liberally, if we're being honest. You can kind of just spam the shit out of it. And so we do see he actually went for Ignite before he was going for Ashes to Ashes. I suspect that just let him farm a little bit better. I actually think that Ashes to Ashes is pretty spectacular for farming. It gives you that regen you need to spam your nukes, and it also does a pretty significant amount of damage. Let's see here. It gives you 120 more damage. The cooldown is lower. 120 damage versus getting... Let's assume he maxed it. So we're talking about 30 damage per second. So 4 seconds. So if you're on a thing for more than 4 seconds, Ignite's going to do less damage. But I guess you could Ignite twice in that time frame because it's 6. That's interesting. You know, that might just be a preference thing. I kind of like the extra health regen as well. But if you want to do a little bit more damage, I guess you could go for the Ignite. Yeah, you see, that does quite a bit of damage. And again, you know, that a good point I just thought of is that he doesn't really stick to the target as much if he's going for hero kills. If you're playing a game where you have to be a little bit more ricey, you have to farm a little bit more on your own, you don't necessarily have this kind of really great team follow-up that we're seeing right here. Oh, really nice ultimate by Rhapsody. Oh, it's going to be so close. I think they're going to get away. Yeah, look at the power of fucking Rhapsody. Oh, he didn't even have his ultimate up. It was already at cooldown. Yeah, see, that's pretty brutal, right? That's pretty hard to deal with. that rap steal. Because, you know, if he's already used his stun to get into the fight, which is kind of what Ra does, right? He uses the stun to get into the fight. He doesn't have another one up to stop Rhapsody. I guess he's going to have to, in general, kind of count on Tundra, I suspect, to really be the one that's getting those stuns on the Rhapsody. You know, you could say that, oh yeah, Silhouette has a stun, and Dimension Shaman has a stun. Dimension Shaman does not want to be in the middle of the fight. He does not want to get into range of the Rhapsody, because, you know, let's say that we're having a team fight right here. Okay, we're going to have, like, the Hellboy team is going to be like here, and Rhapsody's going to try to be in the back here, doing the ultimate. And then Demented Shaman wants to be in the back over here, doing all of his heals, his ultimate, all that stuff, and then the Legion team is in here. Now, if Demented Shaman has to run all the way up to get that stun on Rhapsody, well, suddenly he's in a shit position. And, you know, having, like, what, 600 HP maximum, he's going to get dissolved almost instantly. And so he absolutely wants to avoid that situation. And so you really want Tundra to be the one that's stunning the Rhapsody out of that. And the good thing is that she can't stop that. Shrunken Head is not going to stop the Tundra ultimate from stopping her ultimate, just because it's an ultimate, right? Ultimate stuns go through fucking everything. Oh, we do see Master Arms in a very unfortunate position here, but I'm not sure if they're going to have the damage output. It's going to be a little bit close. Because, yeah, you do see that shield come up. Oh, he does manage to get the kill on Demented Shaman before he goes down. Very nice move by him. I'm not sure if Demented Shaman had his... oh, he did have his stun up, probably. Actually, let's find out. Fuck it, let's not just assume things. Would he have been able to stun him, or did he already have it on him? Oh, he already had it on himself. So if he TPs now... No, he would have died. He would have died. Just an interesting thing we can look at. You know, again, like, obviously in the moment the player can't calculate exactly if he would have been able to TP out or not. And if you try to TP out and you get punished, it costs you a lot of money to die. Saves you a lot if it works, but you have to be pretty confident in your ability to do it. We do see Silhouette setting a nice little booby trap there for the Hellborn team. And you can see the Hellborn team is really doing a good job of kind of pushing very hard. Silhouette hasn't been... You know, I can't say that she hasn't been there for any of the kills, because she got a fucking kill that she didn't get any credit for. Really nice deny there as well by Painted Gold. He's doing a really good job of playing a farming hard carry, and when you're playing a farming hard carry that's not getting credit for all your creep kills, and you're not getting a credit for an early hero kill, like, I'm trying to really figure out, like, how painful that actually is. And as somebody that plays a lot of carries, like, I'm cringing a little bit, you know? Because one of the differences between, I'm going to sound cocky here, but a player like me and a player that's not really good at carrying, is that when you're in this farming stage, like Silhouette is doing right now, you cannot miss creep last hits. You can't do it. It's just so important that you're, well, we just saw him kind of throw away catapult kill a little bit. Wait, was that his catapult? Yeah, that's his catapult. I'm retarded. And so you can't miss those last hits, because the farm is so important. Missing one creep kill per wave significantly affects your farm. It really does. So it's really important that you get good at doing that. So yeah, this actually could be really painful for the Silhouette to be so far behind in farm. That's really not their fault at all. But, you know, meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's take a look at the rest of the game going on. We have Electrician. He's doing a good job. He's got his Ring of Sorcery. He's got a Helmet like Legion as well. Not building up his boots yet. We do see Demented Shaman. I guess just trying to make him feel a little bit uncomfortable. I don't think Tundra was going to be able to get there in time for anything super fun to happen. Because again, the Electrician is, like, ridiculously tanky. Desham, you know, kind of standard mid-game support build here. We got Red Boots, Power Supply, as well as a single Word of Revelation. If you look at the map right now, the Hellboy team is doing a really good job at counter-warding, keeping Ward down. It's fucking Nova. Of course, I should have known. Nova, probably one of my favorite warders. Well, Nova's my favorite warder in the game. I can say that pretty confidently. I don't think that's too of assumptive sentence. Nova's ridiculous. I don't remember who is, was it Moon who did that video where he was talking about all the pro players, and he talked about how it's like fucking impossible to kill Nova. Like, you can't kill him. Like, even if you, like, know where he's running, and he's, like, you know that you're being juked, like, you just can't fucking, you cannot do it. You cannot kill him. we do see Tundra probably saving up for a portal key, maybe? Sitting at about 750 gold right now, so he is quite a bit away from that if he is going for that. But again, you know, he was in the kind of the shit lane. You see that a Curse not getting his ultimate at 6, deciding that, you know what, I'm going to stay kind of in the back of the fight. I don't have my modifier anyway. I don't have my third skill. I'm not worried about auto-attacking people at all. And so I'm really going to buff up my shield and my seer. Not my seer, my cauterize. Because I can do that. Because I'm not going to be in the middle of things. I like that a lot. You know, that's something that you want to be very conscious of. You probably want to let your team know, like, guys, if I'm in trouble, I'm actually in trouble. But no, it's a good change. It's a good little tweak to the build. We do see Amur Ra kind of hitting up the forest. He did choose to finish his steam boots before he kind of went onto his shamans. Again, that's another thing that I don't really do on Ra. I really, really like getting that regen as quickly as possible because, you know, I want to farm hard. And I think it's a little bit harder to do that without the Shaman's Headdress as well. You know, he does have a decent team to support him. He does have support. He has really good coverage. Well, I should say he has really good coverage. He actually does not have really good coverage. He has a little bit of coverage right here in the jungle, but not too much. Oh, very nice. I was about to question the putting down the Toxic instead of just using his other skill, but because he was able to get the Electrician Grasp right on top of it, it definitely was a better decision to go with that. Really good play by here by No Tail. So far he's got a lot of regen, right? He's going that kind of typical, I just want to say mid-player build, you know, where you get like every regen option you can because you want to spam the shit out of your spells. And so he has the bottle, right? He has the steam boots, he has the power supply, and he has the chalice. Kind of the holy trinity, right? And so he's going to be able to farm really effectively with it, which is pretty cool. But I want to see what he does with the farm, right? I want to see what items he builds. He has died 5 times, which is unfortunate, but 3, 5, and 2, almost 400 GPM, right? Nothing to sneeze at. So really good job by him keeping his farm up, not getting in a, oh, my team sucks, I'm dying, so somehow they suck, and I'm not going to be able to farm, we're going to lose. And then we have Silhouette. Sadly, still 0-0-0. 86 and 19 on the creep count, which, you know, is not bad by any means. Still lower than something like Master of Arms. But doing a good job getting the farm up. You know, 269 GPM. Obviously, you would want that to be higher. It does pick up a Shield Breaker, though, which is going to be really nice. It's going to make this Helm of the Black Legion very ineffectual. It's going to make this Helm of the Black Legion very ineffectual. Because, of course, Shield Breaker removes the deflection from the helms, the Helm of the Black Legion. Speeding up the game a tiny bit, cause we're in the farming phase. That's why I love replays. That's why I like solo casting, is that like I can just be like, hey, let's fast forward this. And now let's slow it down. But look, just look right here, okay? All Ra did was Q and then W, and look how fucking low these supports are already. It's a little bit dangerous for your kind of int people to be too close to each other, because then shit like this happens, and that's just a little bit painful to deal with when you have your Rhapsody already almost dead at 400 HP. You know, even if she gets a good ultimate off at this point, they're not gonna have to stun her because they can probably just fucking kill her. And then we do have the Hellbringer as well. Now, Hellbringer has his ultimate up, Rhapsody has her ultimate up, Balfour has his ultimate up, Master of Arms has his ultimate up. We see they're a little bit spread out, right? We have, I'm going to put the Hellborn team at an advantage here. You know, Silhouette really, really low. That's not the real Silhouette. Where is the real Silhouette? Silhouette's in the well. So not going to be able to participate in this team fight whatsoever. So Master of Arms in a pretty good position, not the best one because I thought that was actually Silhouette. But then down here, we see Tundra in a little bit of an awkward position. A Curse and Demented Shaman are going to struggle to actually get to the Tundra if the Hellborn team chooses to go on him. Now let's just go ahead and see how this plays out a little bit. Because you can see that they don't really want to walk into this, especially when the Hellborn team is winning up here, but they kind of don't have a choice. Raj is struggling so much. Oh, he did have a swap up. Okay. So Painted Gold was able to walk right to the team fight. Again, that shield by Master of Arms. So good. It's so good. Rod does manage to get away, though. And we did see a kill there on Master of Arms by Painted Gold. Really nice play by him to get to that team fight. Now, John Tundra, Electrician's not going to be able to kill him, right? He doesn't have the damage output. They really need their team to be together. It looks like Master of Arms did actually go down by Pinnacle as well. Did I skip it again? I skipped it again. Oops. Yeah, just really able to auto-attack him. Now, the stacks are still going on, even while he's absorbing the damage. And that really lets Silhouette just kind of finish him off once it's used up. But again, I cannot emphasize to you enough how awesome that fucking Massive Arms ultimate is. Every time somebody uses on me, I'm gonna die and I just get away. I'm like, this is the best hero ever. Every time it's on cooldown, I'm like, why didn't you save me, bro? Oh, and I look like a dick. Speeding up the game a little bit, cause it's such a long game. Alright, so let's see where Silhouette's at. Silhouette's at 288 GPM. And now let's just say that if everything had gone great, they'd have maybe 70 more GPM. 70 times 20, it's oftentimes, what is that, 1400 gold? So we're looking at a level 3 Shieldbreaker versus level 2 Shieldbreaker. And then, what, 550 gold? So I'm having an internal moment here where I'm trying to figure out how much of a disadvantage I feel like they're at. Of course, I totally made up the 70 GPM numbers, so maybe I'm overthinking it a little bit. Anyway, moving on to the rest of the game once again. I feel like when a bug like that is just so apparent that, like, how do you possibly not redo the game? Because it wasn't like they were doing something that wasn't working. It was like very clearly an unintentional bug. Mini rant here, but it's just so absurd to me. I just don't understand it. It's like a 60-minute game, so obviously it was at least close. But again, it is a really good game. It's a really interesting game. It's showing two very different styles, right? You have this kind of farming the Silhouette versus fucking pushing the shit out of everything. We did see the wow, I don't even know what it's called. The Fusel Blade being picked up by Master of Arms. What the fuck is it called? I don't even know. I can just look in the fucking store. Yeah. No Fireblade. No Fireblade. It is also already upgraded by him. So he has those unlimited charges on it, which is a really cool change. I really like that. It was always a little bit awkward when you had no way of doing that. Because they're like, oh, this item is so great. Oh wait, I can't use it again for the rest of the game. let's just take a look at this fucking mana burn. Just look at this Master of Arms. Boom. Is he gonna get him below half? I don't know. I'm waiting in anticipation to see if he reses or not. No, so he got him just below half because it's on a cooldown, right? No, I mean look at how fucking close that is. I'm sorry, I'm addicted to manipulating the shit out of these replays. 242, so we're looking for what is it, 221? Oh my god, that is so good. He's so close to getting the. I mean, obviously, like he's gonna die anyway. Right? Like he's not gonna get away from poor fucking. Like I mean, look at this. Look at this. He's not getting away from this situation. Why can't I drink? There we go. He's not getting away from this. Like there's nobody to save him. There's no way. But it's still just fucking cool to me. Like he'd probably prefer that the ultimate doesn't get wasted on something he's not gonna use again. It's not gonna be up for like what is it, like 120 seconds or something at that level. 220 seconds, even worse. But still, it's just funny. It's just funny to me that he got so fucking close to getting the red zone. Fucking love that Nullfire. Also, if you guys are in chat, like I read chat. I totally do. Not always. Sometimes I get distracted. I love the Rhapsody song so much. Doing a little dance. That's why I don't play with my. That's why I don't cast with my webcam on. Sometimes when I'm drunk, I play with my webcam on, but that's about as far as I go. I do read it, Godless Mass. I do read it. I don't answer in it. Usually I just talk out loud because then I have to stop talking and I start typing. It's a little bit awkward. So what are we looking at right now? We're looking at a game that's 6-7, really low kill count game, but I still think it's been pretty interesting. Despite not having a shit ton of kills, it's just an interesting game to watch and learn about. We also see that the Legion team is ahead by over 6,000 gold, even though experience is pretty dead even, right? And that's pretty significant. And imagine if that were even more significant